Yeah. Ah. Hi, Simeon. Welcome. Okay, folks. Let's see what you come up with. Christian. Hi, Christian. Are you there? I can hear someone. Who's unmuted? No. Right, who wants to kick off then with what's the big change in the first Stave? What's the main event? That should be easy because we did that before Christmas. Leon, Kimmy, anyone?
He goes to Marley, visits him, and warns him of what's going to happen.
Right, yeah, the visit of Marley. Oops, let's make that a bit bigger. Thank you, Leon. Oops, two issues there. Yeah, so yeah, we have that straight away. It's the visit of Marley. I think that's that does have the big effect on him. Yeah, I'd agree with you there. Warns him what's to come. Okay. Moving on to Stave 2. Jess, what did you have for Stave 2?
He meets the ghost of Christmas past.
Yeah.
And he's affected by a lot of the memories of his past, and in a way is able to like reflect on sort of the impact that his past has had on him in his life now.
Yeah, good. Yeah, yeah. Out of the events from his past, Jess, do you think is there anyone in particular that really gets home to him, that really makes a change?
His past girlfriend,
Yeah, yeah,
and the old school too, with his school friends.
yeah. Yeah, that loss of Belle. Good. I'd agree with you there. Yeah, and remember, do you remember when Belle sort of sets him free? What is it that she says to Scrooge, Jess? Can you remember?
No, I can't remember, but
Yeah.
it was something that I know I can't remember.
No, that's all right. Anybody remember what does Belle accuse Scrooge of loving more than her?
Loves money more.
Yeah,
Oh, money.
yeah, that's it. She says that he worships the money a lot more than he does her, and she can see, and she reflects back on herself. She says, I'm poor, I'm penniless, so why would you want to have me as your fiance, that sort of thing? And she sets him free. She lets him go, sort of thing. Good, good, good. Thank you. George, what do you think is the most important thing that happens in Stave 3 to Scrooge?
He meets the next ghost.
He does, which is what? The ghost of what?
Christmas present.
Yeah. And as it says here, what's the main thing that happens in that section of the novel then that brings about a change on Scrooge, do you think?
When he meets the homeless people.
Ah, good, good, good. Yes. Yeah, good, good, good. What impact do you think that has on him?
He realizes that there are people a lot less fortunate than him, and they're not getting the help they need to survive.
Yeah, good, George, good. Good. Anybody want to say anything else that they think is the most important dramatic part of Stave 3? I mean, what George has said is good. Just want to see if anybody's written down anything else.
Maybe to do with Bob Cratchit.
Ah, yeah, good.
And seeing him as like his employee, and seeing like the impact of his wage that he gets off Scrooge, and like how he's sort of struggling, but then also the way that he's still positive and stuff.
Yeah, and because isn't it, and the whole Cratchit family, I mean, there's that real division, isn't there, within the Cratchit family, because you got Bob, you got Tiny Tim, who don't seem to take their anger out on Scrooge at all. I mean, it's Tiny Tim who says, God bless Mr. Scrooge, sort of thing as well. Whereas his wife and the daughters, they seem more opposed to Scrooge. But there is that. I mean, it gets him behind it. He's no longer just an employee, is he? He sees him as an individual. Oops. Yeah, good. Anybody want to weigh in with anything else? Oh, I think there's another one that we could have. I think is really, really powerful. What happens right at the end of Stave 3? What does Christmas present reveal?
The two kids under his robe.
Yeah. Remember their names?
Ignorance and want.
That's it. Yeah. What's so powerful about those two children, Leon, would you say? I mean, who or what do they represent, do you think, Leon?
They represented sort of Scrooge's sides to him.
Is it just Scrooge's, do you think?
Humanities, but
That's good. Good.
The Ghost Christmas Present says these are your kids as well as humanities and something like that.
Yeah. That's where we get real social commentary, and judgment on the society that Scrooge lives in. That is a real sense of it. It's going beyond just Scrooge himself, but Scrooge is part of that. He's part of that wider community. And they represent the ignorance of society and also the want, which they themselves suffer from. Good. Moving on now to Stave 4. Matthew, what do you have as the kind of most important event of Stave 4, please? Matthew. Silence. Kimmy, what about you? This is take me back to last March when nobody would talk. A handful
showing that he's realizing what he's done, what he has to change.
Well, what does the ghost of Christmas yet to come show to him, do you think, that really chills him to the bone?
The fact that he's dead.
Is it just he's dead?
The fact that nobody's really caring about the fact that he's gone.
Rather than caring, what do they seem to do when they learn that Scrooge is dead?
Nothing.
Well, and it's not nothing. They do something else, I think.
So they take his money?
Well, they take his money. Are they happy or sad that he's dead, do you think, Kimmy?
Happy, because then they're giving it to charity.
Yeah. Well, it's not that. People just nick things for themselves, don't they? It's this idea that, it's something to be celebrated because they saw him for the old miser. It's no one. No one turns up to his funeral. He's shown to be what within society? And think of this in a literary term. It's a phrase that we've used before. It begins with an O. He's not part of society. He is a
outsider.
That's the one. Yeah. Oops. And again, he sees the repercussions of this. Yeah, he recognises that that all this sort of keeping himself apart from society, it's not a good thing, because what it leads to is this sort of demise, where his life is amounted to nothing, and people kind of celebrate his past, his passing, his death is going away. Good. Okay, so that brings us on to Stave 5. Tom, are you there? What have you got for Stave 5? This should be quite a straightforward one. Stave 5.
That he turns happy and joyful.
Yeah. And why is he happy and joyful, Tom? What has he recognised that he still has?
You still have people.
Yeah. When he wakes up at the beginning of Stave 5, does he realise that can he still have the ability to change?
No, he's still alive, so he still has time to like.
Yeah, time is on his side.
change.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah, it's this idea about reforming himself. He's basically got a second chance, hasn't he? Second chance of life. Yeah. And that sort of fills him full of, and again, it's an opportunity that he grasps with both hands, doesn't he? He doesn't want to let that one slip through his fingers. Good. Okay, right. Okay, that's good. So it's looking like most of us do have a good sense here of what's taken place. Oops, that's all going down. Now, tomorrow we'll start off in this in the same page. Sorry, before we kind of carry on. And so what we're going to look at, and as we go into that sort of Christmas present, is initially we'll look at the changes between Christmas present and Christmas past. We'll look at the two of them kind of look physically and their style, and then we'll begin to see the impact upon Scrooge himself, and how Dickens begins to kind of track that as he's got to do that sort of change throughout the course of the novel. Okay, now I'm going to give merits today to the following individuals. So there'll be merits to Jess, George, Leon, Tom, Kimmy. That was most of the people that kind of talked to us. Now, a few of us gone a bit quiet again today, and we had this experience last time we went into lockdown last March. I really don't want it to sort of become that way that I can only keep going back to a few certainties within the room, knowing that they're going to talk. So when you sort of dangle the carrot at the moment, if you participate in the lessons, it's going to result in you getting merits because you're actually participating in all that sort of stuff. Please don't remain on mute throughout the whole lesson. Get involved, give us your ideas, just as we would do in a normal classroom, because otherwise it'll get a little bit tedious, a little bit boring, which we don't want to happen. Bring that energy, and I know it's again first day back and all that sort of stuff, and it's going to be a shock to all our systems. But please do get involved. Okay, I'm going to try and do as many things as possible to kind of make it as interactive as possible for us. But you need to play a little part too. Okay, so don't be shy, and I know sometimes we forget that we're on mute, sort of thing. But we'll try and give you a prod, because I've got my two devices on the go at the moment. I've got my Windows, and I've got also on the Mac here, sort of thing. So I can send little messages in Teams through the chat to you as well, sort of thing, just to prod you. Don't ignore it when it comes your way. Yeah, I want to see what you're doing. Okay, what you got last period today? What's your last lesson?
Maths.
Ooh, what a fine way to end the day, Leon.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. Right. And so I will see you all again. Is tomorrow another? Is this week? We've got another one sort of around about last period tomorrow. Oh no. Or it could be even quieter. So quick look.
Would you prefer if someone just yelled throughout the whole lesson, sir?
Well, I don't want just the one pattern, because they'll rely on one pattern. And when I do keep trying to do it by name, so that we all get involved. Yeah, because we'll be a period 6 tomorrow. Yeah. So just do be aware when I call your name out. Don't ignore.
I
Please.
wasn't ignoring, sir. I've had Wi-Fi issues all day.
Oh, no, you were good, Leon, because I say you actually have participated. So I took you. You'd be good. I mean, say, but I've jotted down a number of people who contributed sort of voluntarily, sort of thing, and that was by name, sort of thing. And I understand if you do have internet issues, obviously, just send me a message in Teams saying, "Oh, my Wi-Fi is ropey today," that sort of thing. Because I get that, I understand it, but I don't want to keep going back to Jess, George, Leon, Tom, Kimmy all the time, because I know that they're going to answer me. I need others to get involved too. Okay? Yeah? So yeah, we've got a lesson tomorrow, last period tomorrow. That'll be a good one. Okay, and I will see you then. Enjoy maths. Okay, and see you tomorrow.
Yes,
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stop recording.
Thank you.
Right, thank you.